So 85 is going to be the highest overall players in the game at launch, which is much different than previous seasons where it was 90 for us. So talk about, I mean, I know that that's going to affect the way the game feels at the start, but what it's going to allow is a much longer and more sustainable progression throughout the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. We are here and we are talking about the Madden Max hysteria, the chaos, the discussion that is Madden Max, a brand new introduced kind of event slash theme slash menu item that is going to be giving a lot of boosts to our current 100 overall. So let's talk about it. In general, quick recap. What we're going to do in this video is I'm actually going to break down really quick what it is in generics, and then we're actually going to go to the community. And I want to see what your guys' feedback is. I want to see how you're reacting. One of the best places with some of the brightest minds from Madden Mobile would be the Madden Mobile forum. So we're going to be jumping to Reddit and checking out kind of the overall opinion of the community. I'm really curious to see what everyone's thinking about this. So right off the bat, we have the Madden Max here. The highest overall players yet this season, 105 overall with 200 power and all max 99 stats. Now, wow, that's fast. I've been playing since this game literally was created. I've been an OG veteran. A lot of you guys who watch me and continue to watch me, which I'm so grateful for, are veterans, and a lot of people on the forums as well are veterans. But basically, this is interesting. Basically, you can get max 300 power with these bad boys by training up 100 levels, and every 100 overall is going to be available to basically be upgraded. So as it says here, all 100 overall players are eligible to an evolution of 105 overall with the Madden Max badges. So basically what it is they're trying to say that it's going to be a long-term thing, but I feel like this is just a really good way to kind of end the Madden Mobile season and give something for people to grind for, but then kind of like, it's kind of I feel like a lazy way to just kind of set the cap of here's the best card you can get in the game, and you can do it to all your 100 overalls. You just have to spend the resources. But the issue is that when it comes to a competitive standpoint, a lot of people are saying this is stupid, because when it comes to Madden Max, all these people that spend a lot of money, like the whales that drop cash on the game, which I would consider myself someone that spends a lot of money. I probably spend, to be honest, as a YouTuber, just in full transparency, upwards of $1,000 plus every season, because I'm opening bundles, I'm opening packs, I'm trying to, of course, get you guys content. But then you have, a unique set of people that spend multiple thousands of dollars on the game. And what that does is, in a competitive stance, it absolutely tarnishes any sort of competitiveness between leagues, between players, because what can happen now is people that have money are going to be able to get these badges from the bundles, from whatever sort of currency is needed, and they're going to be able to get their team that might be like a 95 overall to literally all 105 overalls with 5K plus power. When right now we have like 2,500, 3,000 power, and those that are really competitive are free to play, and it's like, holy crap, like the season basically is ended, because now all the people that are rich have a fast track to getting the most psycho 105 overall team, because those that have money will prevail. It is very much so a pay-to-win mindset, and this is a pay-to-win game. So with that said, I kind of wanted to see what the community had to say. Now, there was this video trending a while that I wanted to show you, and let's go ahead and play that right now.
Mutt has a lot more stats to work with than the mobile game.
Mutt starts at what, 88?
88.
Okay, and what are we starting at?
Our high will be 85.
So 85 is going to be the highest overall players in the game at launch, which is much different than previous seasons where it was 90 for us. So talk about, I mean, I know that that's going to affect the way the game feels at the start, but what it's going to allow is a much longer and more sustainable progression throughout the season.
100%. So, unlike last year where we ran into a couple of problems where things just went too fast, kind of ran out of OVRs. Everybody felt like, oh, I don't really want this 90 card. I want this 91 card now. So.
Right. So, since we ran to a spot where cards started getting stockpiled on the high end, and stats were out of place. So
Now, you probably just saw that video and you're thinking, that sounds a lot different. Basically, this is Hey Steve Dave, the initial community manager who was phased out sometime, in the fall, stepped out to Nick Messina, who is now our community manager, who I think has honestly done a pretty fantastic job at what he was given. I think in terms of communication, Nick has been someone who has been open to communicating with us, which we haven't seen in the past, ever since like Cornell back in the day. But this is a really ironic video because their goal for Madden Mobile 20 after seeing the absolute crash and burn of Overdrive was, hey, we need to extend the life of overalls out. And I thought we've done a pretty good job so far. Now, 100 overall is a little early so far now, but to take everything up to 105 fully maxed stats, with them saying that they're not going to go over 99 overall stats, then basically the end of the game has arrived. We are here. That is what we are looking forward to now. And, we're still early in the game. We're not even into the draft. We're not even into Easter. We're not even into some of these far-off promos where, in 2-3 months, maybe this would be something that we could talk about. But this is really early, and this is really upsetting some people. So let's jump to Reddit and see kind of the community thoughts about this new concept. All right, so we're here on Reddit, and we have searched the keyword Madden Max, and we're going to be looking at some of the content. We have the first one right here, which 2 days ago was a meme. Madden Max is so dumb, and basically the meme is 105 overall, 300 power players, me as a free-to-play player. So automatically we get the straight-up vibe of, yeah, obviously those that are going to be able to afford these 105 overalls, which are going to be those that pay a lot of money, are going to absolutely destroy and leave us free-to-play players in the dust. And I'm not saying I'm free-to-play, but I acknowledge that my audience is a lot of free-to-play, and a lot of my perspectives and guides come from a free-to-play standpoint. You can see some of the comments already here. Facts, really hopes this Max goes away. Can we just get training back when it upgrades your players? LOL. So this is kind of more of a funnier perspective. We have someone here, HypnoTC, talking about one of the worst ideas I've seen implemented in the last 2 years. And basically, he's talking to the mods. He's talking to Nick. Apparently, Nick Messina made a 20-minute video on YouTube taking us through it, which, if you want to see that, go ahead and look that up, or I'll link in the description. But, I mean, let's look at the comments here. Obviously, we have Vol for Life, who has basically blacklisted me, unfortunately. He doesn't talk to me anymore. So he had his opinions. But let's see what the actual community is saying. Totally agree that this season is really over by this poor decision. They're making and will for Madden Max, as they mentioned in YouTube. Sets require 80 to 90 overall players that are and there are no way to get them. At least should have made a team-specific event promo. No appropriate training point event, and making 300 power to level 100 up is an absolute insane. My 5-year-old nephew can make better decisions than this. And yeah, it's interesting. M. Admin says, the world is in a crisis with people dying out of food resources and people are unemployed. EA goes,
buy this new goddamn field pass and max your players out to 105 overall with all 99 stats with a low price of $100. Seriously, no one wants this in the game except the pay-to-win whales.
And it's true. This is a unique aspect. I applaud EA for at least coming up with this concept of having Madden Max and having, this new way to like upgrade players to a high overall and get fully max boosted stats. But right now, literally the whole world is in quarantine. We are trying to play mobile games. We're trying to be playing your game. You should just drop some bomb promos that are freaking free to play. By the way, you could probably grow your audience during this time because you have so many people that are willing to play video games right now at home. And now all we can do is we are going to probably have a slow freaking grind because apparently they're very expensive to be able to get one of these Madden Max fully boosted players. It's going to cost a lot from us, and we don't have promos consistently enough. We don't have the coins to be able to, do these consistently, whereas those that spend money will be able to just absolutely destroy it. Let's see what else. Someone says, in Draft Champions has not dropped yet either. Super interesting. This person says, we don't have a lot of details yet, but yeah, adding a feature at this point in the game which is going to allow a select few to supercharge their teams to an unstoppable level while the rest of us can't really do much about it just doesn't sound great. Even if I was one of those big spenders or auction house gurus that could get to the top of this, suddenly having a 10 overall better than most of your competition doesn't sound very challenging. And that's really well said, Chris. It's this aspect of, it's just a quick 10 overall better, and those that actually play League versus League actually go head-to-head. It's going to be a real big challenge. So let's see what else people have to say. People are calling it a potential April Fool's joke, which, I mean, they could probably get behind that, and that would be really funny if they actually did that.
I'm a little concerned about how massive the power gap is, both in the sense that they could quickly make all of the non-100 overall EVO players we've been working on unrosterable, in the sense that it can make things much more pay to win. If spending money gives you access to even a couple more of these players over the next few months, you'll have a huge power advantage over non-spenders.
Basically the same concept we're talking about. I'm much more concerned about the mechanics of this max reducer. If stats cap at 99, and if this reducer drops all of them by 5, doesn't that mean in the practical terms all endgame stats will be capped at 94? In that case, the cards will look like 105s on our team page, but they'll play like 95s on the field, which that's an interesting point. All of our work here over the next few months will be to get a team that plays substantially worse than what we have now. Sounds like a pretty miserable endgame, and that is, that's a pretty reasonable explanation. The end game is what we're looking for, and we are still in the middle of the offseason, and even now, in a time like this, in a worldwide pandemic, you would think that they wouldn't be putting out these unique changes that would make the game feel like it's literally becoming the end game. And what about, like Madden Mobile 21 that's coming out soon, and the different promos that we still have left? There's a lot to be considered here. Feels like a complete reset to the game, says Korn. Hey EA, you aren't going to dime with my Apocalypse money. The first part is concerning, but not the stat reducer. It reminds me of the bosses. They really lowered the quality of the game. Let's keep seeing what else we have going on here. So Vol for Life Game Changer dropped this 2 days ago, and people are saying, is everyone at 105 overall with all 99 stats? What even is this? What even is the point? Basically, the only thing that will make a difference is height. Better stock up on quarterback Evans and Calvin. That's pretty funny. Can I overstate just how much I hate the power on cards? Power has been a really complicated thing that they've added this year, and I'm not a huge fan of it either, especially with what they're doing now. It's a sad cash grab to get forced into spending money.
See you all at the reset.
Rip. People are just really triggered. People don't like it, and it makes sense. Let's see. There was someone... Suggestion on how to keep Madden Max while not destroying the game. I read this. It was actually pretty interesting. Make Madden Max like the X Factors on the console Madden. Allows us to pick 3 players on offense and defense. They have to be Onyx Evo players to boost the Madden Max stats. This would then keep still the relevant in the game and not allow whales to build a full team. Because that's what everyone's afraid of. The people that will build a full 105 team with 5k power. Now, I guess there's an aspect of my audience that is not competitive and doesn't... It wouldn't be affected by this necessarily because you're not participating in League versus League. You're not doing head-to-head. You're not doing Overdrive. You're just playing the promos just to build your own team and have fun. In that case, this is still a very resource-demanding event. Madden Max is going to be really resource demanding, so it's going to be a lot for you to spend to get one of these boosters, and it's going to be really interesting to see what changes they make, because there's a huge outcry on all platforms, on Discord, on Madden Mobile forums, on Mudhead, on YouTube as well. But this is the interesting idea that they can make it to upgrade a player to 105 overall. It costs like 100k training, so to kind of have it like X Factor style, like they do on console Madden, that's interesting. Let's see what this person has to say. Chill out about Madden Max. The 105s will mostly be hard to obtain, even one for free to play. So your whole team will not be rendered useless like people are overreacting to. And then someone says, that doesn't matter. There's no more fun to the game. Defensive strategies, positioning, none of it matters because everyone will have 99 on everything and they all play the same. Which is, it's true. And, this response says, I think I might just complete an all Onyx team no matter the power. It's useless when 300 power rolls in anyways and just call it a season. That is kind of the outlook, right? That's the outlook. Like, we are going to have the draft promo come up, and we're going to get some awesome draft 100 overalls. And we might have a couple unique promos alongside that. But really, it's just kind of now creating the team that you want. And I'm really curious how this is going to put effect into the game. I hope that they don't make this that much of a requirement or a barrier to a lot of the other promos. I hope that this is very much a side change, if anything at all, so that we can ignore Madden Max if we want to. But it's gonna be hard to ignore when your direct competitor is absolutely blowing up because of the boosts. So here's some more memes. Me facing another team when Madden Max comes out. That's so true. Everyone's gonna have the exact same team. We all will have the same team. But yeah, it's really interesting to see people's takes. It's a lot of questioning, it's a lot of confusion, and I think the 20-minute video that Nick made was helpful in explaining what it is, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's not only going to be expensive and resource heavy for free-to-play players, but by the time we get one, our competition is going to be light years ahead, spending their cash to get the highest overalls, and the league versus league leaderboard is going to look a lot different coming in in the upcoming months, considering what has been taking place now and what will be taking place in the future. But it's an interesting topic. I would love for you guys to give your feedback in the comment section. What do you think about it? Are there positives that you can see in this that outweigh some of those negative aspects that seem to be overwhelmingly the case? But yeah, we will learn more about this when it comes out. We will kind of get our hands on it, see how much of inflation in teams and high pay to win spenders. But yeah, I'm super interested to see what will go on. But love you guys so much. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Sorry for more of a talkative video, but I did want to kind of break down and get kind of the community feedback on what is going on. So I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.